we're going to talk about escrow, and there's a company that we have not actually had on our webinars. And I thought Harley and I were talking and we're like, we need to get at least this opportunity in front of all of you. So I asked him to jump on with his crew. Wendy Gerber is here as well. She's our account manager for Inhouse Escrow. And we actually even have Dave from Priority Title, that's from the East Coast, who has also joined us all the way on the other side of the country. So thank you for jumping on and supporting our group here. I'm going to turn it right over to Harley. Harley is the CEO and founder of Inhouse Escrow, and he's a great partner for us. He's helped us with a few projects. Most recently, just worked on an investor project with me and has done a great job. My client is super thrilled about the product and what he's going to talk about today with Wendy. So I'll turn it over to Harley, and then we'll open it up for Q&A at the very end. I'm sure you'll have some questions, and I know some people have already asked me some questions by email, Harley. So I've got some queued up for you in case there's not enough questions for you to take on today.
Yeah, well, I love questions. So well, first of all, thanks for having us, Rachelle. Like, I've been working with Rachelle for a long time, really trying to cement this relationship because I feel we're such a good partnership, and I love the way you run your business. And so it's very professional, and that's who we like to work with. So thank you for having us. I just want to talk a little bit about our company, and then and then I'll have Wendy Gerber, your account manager, talk about our service and our services. But we founded our company in 2017, and really our niche is the free home warranty. We've been giving away a free home warranty on every transaction that we do. We don't discriminate. So if the house is great or the client was rude, they still get a home warranty, right? Like, where agents may or may not buy one, we buy it on every transaction. One of the things that I've done this last year, which has really stepped up for us, is we changed our error and admissions insurance to Crest, and that allows us to give the seller a free home warranty, first of all, on the coverage, but more importantly, they get an E&O coverage of $50,000. So you get the 180 days of coverage for the seller, and then that flips from a 12-month warranty to a 13-month warranty for the buyer. So it's just a tremendous benefit. We also get permit reporting for that for free, and I'll let Wendy kind of talk about those details. But really what we've done from the beginning is we set ourselves apart with differentiators. So our technology with Qualia is second to none. It is so user-friendly for the client. Again, I'll let Wendy touch on the details of that a little bit more. Also, our new partnership with Priority Title. So we have David on, the COO of the company. So the top guys of the company joined us today. And we have such a great working relationship. I mean, I can text David anytime and he gets back to me in real time. And we have a heck of a system, one of which is a 2-hour turnaround time on the preliminary title guarantee. So that's a pretty big deal. Really passionate about what we do. We have a tremendous team. We're licensed in Washington, Idaho, Oregon. We have office in Spokane, Federal Way. So just a lot of benefits to offer you and your clients, and tremendous closers. So I think I'll turn it over to Wendy and let her talk about kind of the details of what we do, and then we can turn over to David and talk about his company a little bit.
Sounds good.
Sounds great. Thank you, Harley. As Harley mentioned, Harley, can you see my screen? Just double checking.
I can see your screen, yeah.
Okay, perfect. As it shows here, kind of our coverage areas. So we're licensed in Washington, Oregon, and Idaho. Have offices in Federal Way and in Spokane. We are also, as Harley mentioned, covered through Crest, which is our insurance carrier. And why that's important is because they have partnered with warranty companies so that we're able to offer an upgraded warranty package. As part of that is the seller's E&O coverage. So Best Choice has their own E&O coverage. This covers the seller, which in turn helps protect you. So it helps protect against against your company policy. So if something happened after the house closes, it goes against the seller first, and helps to protect your company policy. It's $50,000 of coverage for up to 180 days, which is 6 months. Crest states that most claims are given against the property within the first 6 months. So that is their coverage time frame. The only way to have this benefit through CRES is to either work with Inhouse Escrow to close your transaction, or as if you had your own E&O policy through CRES. So it's a great differentiator as an agent. Here's a sample of what it looks like. I have a digital folder that I set up in OneDrive that I've provided that has this in it, so that if you were going to a listing appointment, you would just print off this document and share that with your client. It has you would just fill in the seller's name and the property address, and then on the back of it, it will give all the details of the package itself. So it's really a great tool to use. Benefit number 2, as Harley mentioned, is the building permit history report. So for instance, just the other day, I had an agent call me. They were working with a buyer. They said, oh, the tax records show the house had 2 bathrooms. And then they went to see the house and it actually had 3 bathrooms. Very nervous first-time buyer. They wanted to know if the bathroom had been permitted or not. So I was able to pull the permit report and there was no permit that had been pulled. So the buyer then was aware that yes, that bathroom was not permitted. So it's really important to have that information so that there's no confusion as to, the items that have been permitted or not. So it's a great useful tool to also show your due diligence to your seller. 1 in every 5 claims to the seller are due to inadequate permit disclosure. So this is just another tool to help protect the seller, to reduce their liability, and also build rapport with your buyer to let them know that you're really working hard for them to make sure they have all the information they need. This is a sample of what the permit history report looks like. As you'll see at the top, it'll show the address of the property. It will pull the timeline. I have no control over the timeline it pulls. It will just automatically pull, the beginning date of when the first permit had been pulled up to the current date that we're, working with. And then it will show the public place that the information is being pulled from. Some smaller cities might not be digitized as have all their information digitized, so it may only pull the electrical. That's the only caveat with that. I don't have control, but it pulls from public record, which is, again, a great resource. It puts it all in a PDF, so you're able to easily share. All I need from you is the address of the property, and I can pull it instantaneously and send you a PDF of it. It will show you not only the permits that have been pulled and completed, it also pulls things that have been expired or canceled or voided. So it's a really interesting information, and it pulls everything that has ever happened on the property. Lastly,
can I interject real quick, Wendy? So
yeah.
2 things on that report. 1, it's free, so we can pull it instantly. Unlike the warranty, which we order for our clients automatically, and title, which we order as well, we do not order that automatically. And the reason is some people may not want to disclose that. It's not up to us, right? So if you're representing the listing, they might not want to have that. But it is great to come into a listing presentation and go look at what we can do, right? Or for your buyers. But just note, if you do want that, quick call to Wendy or an email to the team, and we can pull that literally within an hour.
Mm-hmm. We also, with the CRES program, the building permit history report is on any property you're working with, whether you're representing the buyer or the seller. The extended 13-month home warranty, the one difference with that is the minimum you'll get is you'll always get a home warranty that covers the seller during the listing time frame up to 180 days, and then it'll transfer to the buyer. If it's the CRES program, the caveat is it does need to be the seller's primary residence. And the reason why that is that they want to make sure, CRES wants to make sure that if they're offering that seller's E&O and the extended warranty, that the seller is aware and have lived there full time to know the ins and the outs of the house. But at minimum, as I said, you would always get the standard 12-month warranty. So either way, you'll be getting a complimentary warranty with the ordering through Inhouse Escrow. Home warranties offers peace of mind for both the buyer and the seller. They also have a rekey service for up to 6 locks for an $85 service fee, which is a great benefit for the buyer. The home warranty on average is utilized more than 2 times per year. And they say about 68% chance of the system of appliance failing So it's a great peace of mind for both the seller. If the water heater went out during the listing time frame, what a great way to be able to protect them, so they're not spending thousands of dollars on a new water heater when they can have the home warranty company come out and fix it or replace it for that service fee. We always want to point out the Form 22D. This is a great touch feature that you can use with your buyers and sellers in terms of letting them know that they'll be getting a complimentary home warranty. So you'll fill out the home warranty provider on line A. You'll put down 0, which is always a great thing to highlight that it's free. And then you'll put in the package of the whichever warranty that they'll be getting, either the 13-month or the 12-month, depending on the seller's if it's their primary residence. And then on line item D, we'd say paid for by in-house escrow at closing. So again, it's another way to show your clients that they're getting that complimentary home warranty so that they're aware they're getting it. We also provide a certificate of warranty. So when the house closes, our team will email the certificate of warranty to the buyer so that they're aware of their warranty plan number, the date of when it started, and their contact information. Great piece of paper. We always recommend that the buyer's agent can laminate the warranty and give that as a parting gift, to say, hey, congratulations. So they make sure they're aware of it and don't lose it, because they get so much paperwork at the end of a transaction.
I've seen them put it in the basket. Some of our agents are using the warranties now, and they're kind of putting it in their closing gift too. It's kind of cool. Laminated.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. We also provide complimentary sign writers. So they are, we have them at Puget Sound Post and Sign Pros in Redmond. Or if you have any other sign companies that you're working with, I'm happy to get them there, or I'm happy to get them to your listing. I've also dropped some off at the main office as well. Those are a great way to highlight to anybody driving by that they will get a complimentary home warranty when using in-house escrow.
So, and the sign company literally just asked them to bring it out, they install it for free for you. And so it's a great benefit. And why we put on there when using in-house escrow is there are times where the escrow company could be changed. Your sister's the LPO, right? And so then the listing agent isn't on the hook for the warranty to pay for it. So that's why we include it.
We also offer earnest money portal. So the receipt is issued immediately to the client. We will always call them when we get the mutual transaction, the mutual paperwork. Our team will reach out. We'll send them a welcome email through Qualia, and we'll also call the buyer to see how they would like to deposit their earnest money. They have a choice of either the earnest money portal, they can always use a wire transfer, or a cashier's check. Most of our clients do utilize the earnest money portal. It's accessed right on our website or through the welcome letter. So we try to make it as user-friendly as possible. It takes them through the portal. They would input their zip code and the escrow number that we provide for them, and they'll get a confirmation that their earnest money has been received. As Harley stated, we use Qualia software. What's great about Qualia is you can house your transactions permanently, so you can always refer back to them, which is a great way to, if your client calls you up after the house closed 6 months ago and they had questions about the transaction, you can pull it up and see all the key players in the transaction and all the documents associated with it. You can also, if you would like to provide your own net sheet, which we're always happy to provide for you if you give us a call. But if you want to quickly do a net seller sheet for your seller, you can actually input your logo in Qualia and have it personalized. So you're able to provide that for your client with your logo on top, which is a nice little marketing tool.
Can I comment on those real quick? So the net sheets are amazing in Qualia. They're so good that you can provide them for your client, and in a PDF, they're printed, they're really clean. But at any time, if you land that listing, you click one button and it sends us the order because you've already filled out all the data for the net sheet. So it's really slick, right? And you just click, sends to us, and now we ordered the title escrow and got it going. So anyway.
And it also has a mobile app, which is really nice to be able to, access at any time if you're on the go, which most of us are on the go. No one seems to work stationary anymore. Our preferred partnership is with Dave, who is on the call here, which I can turn it over to Dave. I mean, one thing I want to really clarify with Inhouse Escrow is that we really try to be a one-stop shop. We eliminate all extra work that you have. You give it when you have a listing, reach out to our team. We will order escrow for you, we'll order title for you, and we'll also order that home warranty. So there's no extra steps. We will get all the information that you need, and you'll get, as Dave can answer here in terms of his services and all the great services he provides with using Priority Title.
Thanks, Wendy.
Mhm.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dave Nads. Pleasure to meet you all. So as Harley alluded to earlier, one benefit with our company, our listing reports are delivered within 2 hours, and preliminary title reports are delivered within 48 hours. Our working relationship with Inhouse Escrow is seamless. So there's, it's kind of Wendy was saying, you order with Inhouse Escrow, you don't have to worry about title or escrow. Everything, our workflow is seamless. We've worked together for years. So we have a dedicated team that is solely dedicated to the in-house escrow business. And, for you, it's going to be night and day as far as the service goes. So we are licensed nationwide. We underwrite with 4 different underwriters: Fidelity, First American, Old Republic, and Westcor. So anytime there's a unique transaction that comes up, say there's something interesting or weird on title, we're able to go to 4 different underwriters instead of just one to get their opinion. So we have different underwriting counsel that we're able to collaborate with and try to find a solution. Our goal, we never say no. We're always looking to find the answer to be able to help the customer. So again, we're nationwide, so we can help you anywhere. And, we have the great working relationship with Inhouse Escrow. So
Yeah, that was great, Dave. I mean, I had done one transaction with you, I think last month, and didn't
correct.
order it with Priority Title. But then because of the relationship, I forgot to order title. And she's doing another transaction, and the escrow team just contacted Priority and got it all going. I was like, I'm super busy, so I didn't have time to get all of that situated. And it was a trust, and you guys already did a great job. I was pretty impressed with your turn times. I mean, definitely within the 2 business days. I think it was next day was actually when we got
Right.
the stuff done.
Thank you.
So thank you for jumping on that one. Maybe it's because my name
Absolutely.
is Rachelle Wilhite. No, I hope not, but it was
No,
fast. Sure.
Harley can attest. I mean, that's our standard SLAs. And
Yeah.
so we treat every customer the same. So no matter, if it's $1 million+ deal or 100,000, we're, treating everyone the same.
Super.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there more on the slide, or more slides, Wendy?
Well, no, I mean, it's really just going over our team again, just that we're, seamless together. Kim Richardson is our regional salesman or regional escrow manager. She's been in the business for 25+ years. She even owned her own title company for a while. Great knowledge base, really friendly, easy to work with. Justine Qualls is our other escrow officer, and her team will be mainly doing your transactions. And they're again very level-headed. Our goal is to always really make every effort to pick up the phone within 3 rings. Evenings and weekends, my role is to always try to be available to you if you have questions. And I'll be your main person for any building permit history report. Again, customer service is our main focus to make sure that your transactions are handled in a timely and efficient manner.
Super.
But that's all my slides.
Yeah, let me add a few things go ahead, Wendy, sorry.
Lastly, I guess would be to how to open title and escrow. You can go directly to our website and inhouseescrow.com, and there is just a tab right up at the right-hand corner that says open title and escrow, and you can fill out that information there. You can email me directly. You can email the team directly. So we really try to make it easy, or give me a call if you're driving and you just have that information. I can write it down and get that ordered for you right away.
Super.
Well, I'm making a couple comments. Wendy, would you share the link that we made for Best Choice that's got all that material in it?
Yes.
So a couple of comments on the presentation. One is Qualia. I mean, it's such a powerful tool. When I signed up for it maybe 4 years ago, very expensive, there's a product called Connect, and I did that because it connects with the realtors and shows in real time the transaction. But what else is cool is your clients and you for the rest of your life, 24/7, have access to every file you ever do with us. And it's at your fingertips. Like I literally can open it up and go earnest money, this client, whoever was a party to the transaction, click a button, hit send, it's done. So it's a really valuable tool, and you can add anyone else, not just who was a party, but it's so quick. So I think that's an amazing tool. The earnest money portal, I also wanted to mention it's free. So it costs your clients nothing, and it takes about 2 minutes total, really a minute. Because we're asking for limited information because we're entering all of that on the back end for the client. And so you're not picking up checks, chasing checks, taking pictures of checks. So it's a really, really valuable tool. One last comment is Kim Richardson. I don't want to say she's the best in the business because everybody has their person who's great. But she's got to be top 5. I mean, her experience level is second to none. She's 10 years in escrow, 10 years on the title desk, 5 years owning her own. I mean, she is an expert. So we're so lucky to have her running the escrow team, and I think you'd be really fortunate to work with her. So that's all I had. Except Rachelle, didn't you have a warranty issue already that you dealt with?
Yes, I already did. And
let's talk about that.
Yeah, so it was a water heater that was called out on inspection and it wasn't turning on. And so we already submitted the claim and saved my client. They were going to go pop a new water heater in, and we had a guy come out. It was under warranty, and because we'd already ordered the seller's warranty, so it was a protection. And that just happened just 2 weeks ago. So,
yeah, this is real time.
Yeah.
So that was $85. And not only did it benefit your seller, how about the buyer? They have a brand new warranty, brand new water heater. So now you get to advertise brand new water heater for that property as well.
Yeah, no, it was pretty cool.
So I mean, we have lots of those. One of the things that the warranty company does is send out, which I think is a huge benefit, and I don't know how much you guys are using those reports, but they'll send out a report like your client got a new water in a year from now or whenever it's used. You have all this information that you can go back to the client and go, hey, I heard your water heater got replaced, because it could be 8 months from now, right? So it's very valuable. Real quick, this is a link we set up for you guys, and I think you'll share that with the team, or we can right now. And if you just click through this, we put all of the marketing materials in one place, flyers, everything you need. So when you're on a presentation, our brochure, we have a really nice brochure. Some are at your office, but the digital brochure is pretty awesome.
We'll put this on our resource website. We have an internal bestchoicerealtyhomes.com, so you guys can access these things pretty easily.
Perfect.
Some of you are going to want to take advantage of it. I think a lot of you are they're spending their own commission to order home warranties for their clients. So
yeah,
this might kind of like, okay, let's cut some costs maybe for the next year. Let's figure out how we can incorporate some of your business model, Harley, into our business model for certain client situations that we have. So I think this is a home run from start to finish.
It's a new car in your driveway, right? It's a $425 warranty. One warranty a month is a car payment, right? So it's a huge savings for you. And the one last thing I'll comment before we open it to questions, and I've said this a lot, Wendy hears this too much, but we don't raise our prices and then give a free home warranty, right? Then that's not free. We are extremely competitive on pricing, but we also have to service at the highest level. And I don't know if I've told you this already, Rachelle, but there's this old comedian that I saw talking about 7-Eleven. Did I tell you that one?
Yeah, go ahead. That's a good one.
I love it. And so he pulled up to a 7-Eleven and it said, fresher, it's free, the coffee, right? And the guy's like, what? Do I get a rancid donut with that too? It's like, why do I want something that's free if it's crappy, right? Same with us. Like the warranty's no good if we don't service you guys at the highest level. And we're so proud of our service level and what we do. So we really work hard. That 3-ring policy is actually implemented by Kim. Anyone in the company, they ring to everyone in the company, and all the way to the owner, we pick up the phone if it's on a 3rd ring. So it's that important to us. Now that I say that, it's going to go to voicemail when you call, but just know that we try to get
Got everybody here on the call tonight.
Yeah, exactly. So anyways, that's our little presentation, and you would love to have some questions about our service and how we can help your
Well,
business.
you're welcome to unmute or chat in the chat window, but I do have 3 questions that came in before our meeting that I don't know if these agents are on or not, but number 1 would be, I don't use Old Republic warranty. I order it with First American home warranty. Is that a problem? That was one of the questions that came in.
Okay, so let's go back and forth, Wendy, on questions. So
Okay.
I'll take the first one. So we actually are a neutral third party. That's our job as a escrow company, first and foremost, right? We become experts at warranties, and just so everybody on this call knows, we make $0.00, not 1 nickel off of the warranty. So there's no kickbacks, there's nothing. But we do buy from all 5 warranty providers. Old Republic's really earned the business with Best Choice, but some people have, just as they would with an escrow or a title company, sometimes have an issue. So we buy from First American, Old Republic, Fidelity, America's Preferred, and American Home Shield. And there are some instances where we have to do that. For example, in Idaho, where we're licensed, many of the providers aren't there, and so America's Preferred we use over there because you can pick any contractor. So we definitely use First American. I would recommend, if we were using any of the other ones, is to do Old Republic, Fidelity, or First American, because they offer the CREST benefit. The others don't. Or the rekey, like I don't think American Preferred does that, and American Home Shield doesn't do the seller's coverage.
So kind of based on the location then, and then also the relationship that you have with your home warranty provider but you're open to using whatever is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, we buy a lot. I mean, we buy more home warranties than anyone in the state. So to give you an idea of what we do, right? And I obviously have relationships with all of them and a lot of the leaders in those companies who are trying to earn our business. But it really does come back down to like boots on the ground. And I think that's where you found tremendous luck working with Janet, is that she's there. She shows up, right? And that means a lot. And we do see differences in reps in different areas for sure.
Okay.
So great question.
All right. Next question would be, okay, my title, this might be for Dave, for you. A lot of issues we're having right now with title orders that are being placed, where they're sending things out, but they don't actually, the title order doesn't do a good job of getting the HOA stuff handled. I would think that would have come up on title, and there's just kind of some confusion around who does what when kind of thing. So the question, I think, is how does the title and escrow work in conjunction or what expectations you guys have when working with the title in terms of HOAs?
Yeah, that's pretty standard from the title side. It's our responsibility to make sure that we're providing, the HOA information. So if there is an HOA, we're disclosing that to you. We're telling you, what the fees are. That's very customary for our side. So I can't, explain exactly what the situation may be there, but I could tell you that that's something that we do, in all of our transactions.
Okay, and then are they linked in your report? Priority title, does it have a?
Yes, it is. So we can do it one of 2 ways. So we send a PDF document that has the title commitment, and within the commitment itself, it'll have the HOA information, or we can hyperlink everything so that when you get the PDF, there are hyperlinks that you can click on that will pull the HOA information. So either way is fine with us. It's really your preference.
And priority title is all across the state of Washington?
Correct.
Particular individual, I think, is over in Sequim. So we're all the way on the other side of the peninsula.
So that isn't correct. So priority title is in King, Pierce, Snohomish. It's different by state. For, like Montana, you get the whole state in title. Right. So in Washington, it's county by county. So it's King, Pierce, Snohomish, Thurston County, and then Spokane County. We do a lot of work in Sequim, by the way. So when I say a lot, we probably do 10, 15 transactions a month there. So we're super familiar with that area. And we use local title company. We use Frontier a lot over there, but Clallam County Title is also pretty popular. that's the one thing about us being an independent escrow company for so long. We've formed relationships with all the title companies, right? Because that's how we had to go about it. The one thing to answer that question or to tie on to that is one of the things we do, and I pride myself on, is most title companies don't start looking at your title report until they have a purchase and sale. Because how many deals don't come to fruition, right? How many are opened up? In-house escrow doesn't do that. But when we get the listing, we start taking a look at it right away because we're trying to save ourselves time in the future. Yeah, some of those may not come to fruition, but the 90% that do, we're a step ahead of it. And the number one issue, besides some major encumbrance or tax lien, is HOA. It's just getting a hold of the HOA. You know, you'll send them an email or you'll get a call them. And so we jump on it literally when you send it to us, we're looking at that the first day.
Okay.
So, and then having the partnership with Priority is huge because then we can say, hey, can we take a look at this? We're not getting any information back. So
I think they're trying to be progressive, but it's still very old school out there when it comes to some of those title companies, Dave. We got to keep growing it, I guess.
That's right.
Okay. The other question that came up was, I use Qualia with another title company, an escrow company. Does the Qualia account, is that another Qualia account I'm having to open, or is it the same Qualia account?
One account, one time ever that you ever have to open it.
So
And then you're able to see all your transactions from any company all in there.
It's also our secure, like, email. It's our security for wires, everything in that portal. I mean, this company started from scratch, and they're a multi-billion-dollar company now. So they said, how do we better this mousetrap, right? And they just continually improve on the platform. So no, it's one time. You log in once, that's it. Download the mobile app, and you're set.
Okay. So plug your ears, Dave, with this question. So do we have to use Priority Title? It doesn't sound like we have to squim, but can they continue to use their title officer from when like say they have a good rep at Chicago, and then open up escrow with in-house to take advantage of these types of things? Is that a possibility?
Yeah, so 100% that you can do that. I mean, the reason that we formed this partnership and I invested in this venture with Priority is we wanted a better level of service. So absolutely, you can work with any title company out there. But what we wanted to do is to have the communication level at the highest possible. Like, I do not like waiting on title and waiting for reports when I can have the communication at this level. But with that said, we work with them all. We're happy to continue to work with them all as well. So yes, the answer is yes, you can.
Okay. That's the questions I have. Shannon, you probably have a few more questions that come into you. She fields questions while I'm talking oftentimes, Harley. So
yeah, perfect.
Shannon, I'll let you unmute your line. And if there's anybody that wants to unmute this, you've got the CEO of Inhouse Escrow on the line today. So this would be the time to ask your questions.
Yeah, no, I think we're good, Rachelle. A lot of the questions you either asked yourself or Harley was able to illuminate on. So I think we're in good shape from my perspective here.
Good. Okay. Well, it's fast moving. I told you, Harley, we'll keep it 30 minutes. So
yeah. Is anyone in the audience there have a question?
Yes, Henry here. I'm sorry to jump in right here.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Henry.
I have a question about specific title, between I know Rachelle and I talked a little bit about it initially, but between the standard kind of title and the LTA, can you kind of, I think it's more for Dave, right? Title.
Yeah.
So, and kind of mixed messaging. Once told me that, when you acquire that two different price, and then some sort of different coverage. So, but other side told me that if you acquire in the first place and then you convert it to some sort of LLC, because sometimes we catch the buyer that convert that primary residence to an LLC or some sort of rental, right?
We're
so at that point,
the levels of Dave talking about the levels of title policy, title coverage. So you got you got the extended, the Alta, and then the standard. I think that's what Henry's alluding to. And what does
Correct.
I already have and what is included and what's not included for those fees, I guess, with the title.
Gotcha. Yeah. So as far as the fees go for the premiums, so they're all standard. So
Mm.
regardless of underwriter, they're the same for any underwriter or any title agency. Nobody charges different fees there. So it really depends on the situation. So if somebody needs extended coverage, that's something that we can, provide, as well as any other title agency for that matter. So, and as far as the vesting for, taking the property into title, they're able to use an LLC if they want. That's something we can do. We can prepare deeds for those things. So whatever's customary for that particular transaction, we're able to help with. But as far as the fees itself go, it's all standard. There's no difference between the underwriters.
Sure, appreciate that. I think I'm trying to get to the very last of it is some folks that convert that the regular standard into an LLC kind of. Will that still affect or the coverage, the extended coverage is no longer affect? That's why I'm.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so are they putting it into the LLC at the time the transaction's being complete?
Later after
Later.
completed, yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, that's a good question. Honestly, I'm not sure, Henry. I have to check on that. So you're saying that they want extended afterwards. So they're going to convert, they have extended coverage, but they want to convert it to an LLC after.
Right. And yeah, that's what
Is that still?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can I get your email address, Henry, and I'll get back to you tomorrow morning with that?
Sure. That would be henry.info8@gmail.com.
Got it. Info 8.
Info, yeah. Info 8.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I don't want to give you a wrong answer, so I'll get you an answer tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Great question, though, Henry.
Yeah. And
Very
then,
good question.
yeah, and I haven't followed this so much, but in terms of electronic signature, is that still not affect, or there's some portion of it that client can sign electronically?
Good question. Harley, do you want to, or Wendy, do you want to take that question on like signings, electronic signatures, how you guys handle that?
We use notarized for the sellers for signings, they have the option of notarized.com, which is the remote signing, or we have a mobile notary that can come to anywhere. A lot of our clients choose mobile notaries because it gives them that flexibility of evenings, weekends. One of our biggest notaries is 5-Star Notary, and they're really great at our flexibility of timing. And if the buyer is signing, they have an option. We do need a wet signature, so they can either use a mobile notary or come into our Federal Way office. Or if you're in Spokane, the Spokane office.
Yeah, appreciate that. But I'm saying that if the buyers, let's say the buyer side, right? If they out of the country at that time, but for some reason, is there a way that
we can schedule? Yes, we have scheduled mobile notaries anywhere in the U.S. I'm pretty sure internationally too.
We have done international ones. It's a little
nice.
bit more expensive just to track them down and to make sure, and then we'll have the paperwork UPS or FedEx back to us. It does delay obviously some timing on that.
Yeah,
because we have to have the wet signature on that buyer, but we've made it happen all over the world actually.
Nice.
So for
yeah,
sure.
I'm not saying it's going to happen often, but just something.
I hope it happens. That means you're widening your range of buyers out there. But the more heads up we get on that, the better, because we'll get on top of it, knowing what the closing expectation is from both parties, and so we can really expedite that and also extend that a little bit too if needed.
And do the research if it's in an area we haven't closed in before, for sure, to find that mobile notary.
Good, great question. Anybody else? And we're going to wrap for the day. Get to a lot of other things we're doing tonight. So
the Seahawks game, is that what you were about to spit out, Rachelle?
All right.
Well, thank you so much for having us. I really appreciate it. I
welcome.
put my number, my email in there. I'm always available. Wendy is even more available than I am because she's just on it. And yeah, I just really appreciate Rachelle, you getting us involved. And if you want to set up a follow-up meeting with the closers, if people want to ask some specific questions, I'm happy to do that anytime.
Okay, awesome. Well, it's a good kickoff.
Yeah.
Thank you
Good
so
night.
much.
Thank you.
Yep, you bet.
Thanks, Rachelle.
All right, see you guys later.